Joey, say hello to the camera.
Hello, camera.
This is Iron Geek. I'm going to be showing you how my video rig works, the current iteration as of DerbyCon 4. Right here, we have the camera. It's a mini HDMI out of it into the extreme cap. From the extreme cap, it goes into one of the USB 3 ports. Usually I put it in this back one. I have it in this front one. It's working. Actually, it's working now, so I'll leave it like that. Right here, this is the Elgato. Someplace underneath here is an Elgato. That's a USB 2 capture device. It's unfortunately slightly delayed. It's getting its video feed from this Giffen scaler, which turns VGA into HDMI. And that allows me to capture that. I'll show you the software in a second. And because these are all plugged in, if you happen to be plugging this thing in for me at a conference, yellow to yellow, red to red if I happen to have a splitter. I don't have the splitter out here right now, but I also have a box that's a 4-way splitter. Both green means the same feed, both red means the same feed, but you can actually swap it any which way you want. I will sometimes have this box available. This is something Jason made us. It clears the living hell out of ground noise. Let's make sure that button is in the position you see right now. In other words, this lower part in. That means it's ground lifted and it does wonders. Okay, that's mostly of how all the video stuff is actually set up. I'm trying to think if there's any components that I haven't really covered. Oh, by the way, you will need the special cable. It has the right genders to actually be able to do the matching. So, Joey, let's go ahead and first of all, let's show them. I usually have text files on the desktop, and he'll bring my tripod right now, Joey. One's going to be something called something titles. It might be track 1 titles, whatever. These are titles you can copy and paste from into the video. I also have files that are called like track 1 file names, and those are a little different. Those is why we rename the files. Notice there's no spaces. Just because of how I have scripts set up, it's easy to do it without spaces. So, Joey, why don't let's do this? Go ahead and go into one of the titles, like track 1 titles. I think, yeah, that's right. You got that? Good. And what do I call the first one? Welcome to the family. So let's grab that. I may have it automatically open up in Notepad next time. So Notepad++, which I would have done work just like Joey was trying to right a second ago. All right, we're gonna start up OBS. That's that little black icon.
Check 1, 2. Attach with the switch. Check.
And
Check
it's up.
1, 2. Test,
and what we can do is we hit preview stream. We want to make sure we're getting the speaker's video feed. We don't currently have a video feed going, but eventually we will. I switch down to the second one usually. Main uses me the most. Oh, you got a video feed. Awesome. Go to says title and speaker text. Double click on it. You can also right click and just paste in that title. By the way, if backspace ends up shutting down the machine or shutting down the capture, that's because I need to go in and change the configuration. Avoid backspace if you can, but I should have it turned off most of the time. Okay, and that is basically how you put the title in, and you'll notice it's over here now. Now, if we hit stop on this, we switch up to main responses. Occasionally, we might start off with just speaker responses, but main responses is the main one. Then we hit start recording. Now, you may notice in the background there's this Elgato symbol. That goes away with a little bit of time. I usually leave the sponsors up until that goes away. Then I switch down to the next one. The one says main, use me the most. Normally that's the best one. However, there are some exceptions. For instance, if there's black bars on the right and left hand side, you go to 4x3 fix. Now in this case it actually cuts off more than you want. And none of my video guys, Glenn, how you doing? Alright. There's other ones I have as well, wide split. This is good if the speakers are roaming like all hell. That's probably what we're going to be on for intro after we do the initial sponsor capture. Then we have speaker, big screen, small, which basically emphasizes the speaker over the slides. Some people's slides aren't that important and they move a lot. And then just speaker's laptop, just speaker responses. I start that off if that's it. And then also I have blank if there's like a spot I need to blank out just the video. The audio hopefully is still going at that time, but don't guarantee on that. Alright, let's go back up to main responses. And that's the one we're going to have most of the time. Now, whenever you stop recording, and I don't normally just stop recording while I'm still on main use me the most. Hit stop recording. And then I shrink this down or move it aside, or don't leave it full screen. Good. And I get my file names from file names. I copy them out, and then I rename the file whatever the appropriate file name is. And then I'll come around and collect them later on. Now, a few other tips to give you on these. 1024 by 768 is a sweet spot for most things. These new Giffen scalers will scale just about anything I send at them. But there is a little tip here. This is a little button here that you can double tap, and it will do an auto adjust. And if things are slightly misaligned, it generally figures it out and will realign it. Like if you have a small black bar, not the big black bars like it's doing 4x3 and 16x9. But double tapping on that will generally set things up. Also, keep in mind, go ahead and start the preview up again. While in preview or recording, you'll notice that things are slightly delayed from what you'll actually see on the screen. Don't worry about it, it's just the way it is because of how I have to do an offset. I'm the one that sets that up. Also, normally I put the speaker on the far left-hand side of the screen if I'm in the normal mode where I'm doing picture-in-a-picture. So don't expect them to be here in the center. Expect them here. And just kind of watch the video feed because occasionally, so for some reason, these AvidMedias freeze up. Also, watch this audio coming in. I don't think we have an audio feed right now, but you should see audio motion there. But remember, it's slightly delayed from whatever the speaker is doing. And that's pretty much it. Thank you much.